Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide. It's your guy Big Will, and I'm back with this boxing talk. What's going on, fam? Hey, listen, man. I guess Keith Thurman decided against coming straight off of this layoff, very long layoff that he had, and going straight into a Sean Porter fight. I thought it was ridiculous when I first heard it, and I'm sure a lot of other people did. But it's been rumored that he was supposed to fight Josesito Lopez for months now. We've been hearing this fight. It was supposed to happen in the summertime, then it was supposed to happen in the fall, and now I believe it's a done deal. And it's just excuse me, and they're just waiting to announce it. Should be announced any day now. I do think it's a good matchup, a good test for Keith Thurman coming off this long layoff. It'll be 2 years in March, so the fight will happen in January. So it'll be about 22 months, man, that Keith Thurman has been off. We know that Lopez always comes to bring it. He always comes to fight. I love his heart. I love how he gets in there, and he gives everything he got in the ring every single time, win, lose, or draw. He has been the underdog before. He has made upsets before when people considered him out. He showed a lot of good things in all of his losses, you know what I mean? But ultimately, he took the L. I do think Keith Thurman will struggle a little bit with Lopez in the beginning, as he's getting the rust off. And I do think Lopez will have some success in the beginning, but ultimately, I think Keith Thurman will outbox Lopez and possibly get him out of there. But I do think it will be a boring fight. Keith Thurman coming off an injury, I think he will play it safe, do a lot of boxing, a lot of movement, and basically just try to get some rounds in. But Lopez is not going in there to play around. Lopez will be trying to hurt Keith Thurman. He will be trying to put the press on him, which should make for an interesting fight at times. But overall, I think it will be a boring fight. Keith Thurman just moving around, pop shotting him, boxing, working off the back foot, going in and out, and Lopez basically just getting picked apart. But that's how I see that fight going. They say that fight's announced. Will be announced soon. That may be a fight I will want to go to, man. Like you guys know, those guys who are subscribed to my channel, you all know that I am a very big Keith Thurman fan. Even though a lot of jokers been making a lot of videos bashing Keith, since he's been off, and a lot of it's warranted, could be warranted. I do believe he has an injury, but I do believe that his decision to be out this long was not all due to injury, but due to some personal things that he was going on, which don't have nothing to do with boxing. I just don't think his mind was 100% in boxing. And if your mind's not 100% in boxing, then he did the right thing by staying out of boxing. He held it up. He held the welterweight division up for a while with the WBC belt. You know what I'm saying? And all these guys waiting to fight him, wanting to fight him, and not fighting each other because they were trying to get the fight with him. I don't think that was cool on Keith Thurman's part. But he has some type of relationships with the WBA that they have allowed him to be off for 2 years and have not stripped Keith Thurman of his title. He's the super champion. Manny Pacquiao has the regular WBA belt, with which a lot of people, boxing insiders, consider that belt to be nothing of importance. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. I'm looking forward to Keith Thurman jumping back in the ring. Like I said, that fight should be announced anytime now. The tentative date is for January, and I believe it probably will be at the Barclays Center. This is Big Will for Big Faces Worldwide. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and leave comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think of how Keith Thurman will show up. Tell me if you are still a fan of Keith Thurman, if you hate Keith Thurman, or what do you think